Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to take a look at this bike. This is the Kingbull Rover all-terrain, soft tail, fat tire e-bike with those massive 26-inch, 4-inch wide tires. It's got a great suspension. We'll talk about all that in today's video. Stay tuned. All right, so we're gonna be taking this out on the road today. We'll go over all the features while we ride it. We'll talk about specs, speed, range, all of that today. But I just want to talk about a couple things about this e-bike which sets it apart from others. One, it's got a really wide base saddle, really big display. It's got the normal 7-speed Shimano shifter that a lot of e-bikes have, half twist throttle. But one of the things that makes this so nice is the suspension. So it is a full suspension system. It's got this huge front suspension fork, but it also has what they call a soft tail suspension. And these are becoming more and more popular, but most of the e-bikes that have these soft tail suspensions are a pretty penny. They cost a lot more because there's so much to it. As you can see, it's got a full swing arm and the shock here. So it basically absorbs all those bumps, which is really nice when you're out there on the road, especially if you have bumpy roads like we have here, or if you're gonna take this off-roading. And that's really the beauty of a bike like the Rover, is it could rove anywhere. It also has this big old front headlight. So we're gonna go over all the specs, but let's get on the road. We'll test this thing out. We'll talk about all those features. Let's go. All right, so let's get right into this one. I'm really excited about this one because the price is incredible. It's on sale right now, so I wanted to make sure that I brought this to you. Guys, it's $700 off on their website right now. So I definitely wanted to get this video out as soon as possible for those of you looking for an all-terrain e-bike that has those big 26-inch, 4-inch wide tires that can basically go anywhere. It's got tons of torque on this e-bike as well. So let's get right into the specs. First of all, 750 watt sustained gear hub motor is going to get you that 28 mile per hour max, which most states or countries, that's about as fast as you're going to be able to get. It also has a payload capacity of 440 pounds. Now that is extremely unique in that it can hold so much weight on it. So it can handle any kind of a rider, anywhere from 5'5" all the way up to 6'6", and any weight in between, up to, like I said, 440 pounds, which is awesome. It also has a 60-mile range on this e-bike, and that's because of the 48-volt, 17.5 amp hour battery. And I mentioned those big old tires. They're knobby tires, so they can go anywhere. The suspension on this thing really is what sets it apart for me, though, because I mean, you can look here at the as I'm bouncing on the road, you can kind of see the suspension of this thing. I don't feel any of these bumps, which is crazy because I am usually bouncing all over the place when I'm out here riding. And this thing, you just don't feel it at all. It does come standard free with these fenders. I'm probably going to take these fenders off of this e-bike after I do this video. I'm just showing you what it does come with. They also sent me a phone mount and a combination lock and an e-bike pump. Those were all free included when I purchased this. I don't know if it will be when you do, but make sure you check that as well. Those are all free accessories that were in my box, which is nice. They also sell all kinds of other accessories if you wanted one of their helmets, if you wanted a bag, bike cover, all those things. You can buy all kinds of things for this thing, which is really, really nice. This does have the battery inside of the frame, so it is a hidden battery. It is removable, so you can remove it, take it inside, charge it inside, or you can charge it while it's still in your bike. That is totally up to you. This is a hydraulic suspension as well. I just wanted to mention that. A lot of people ask. It also has a cadence sensor. So there's some great upgrades on this bike at this price, which is really, really impressive. And as you can see, I'm out here riding. I can't stop smiling. I just love the feel on the road of this e-bike. I hope you enjoyed the riding scenes. I know I went over all of the features while I was out there riding, and I hope you enjoyed that. Guys, let me just talk about my final thoughts on this e-bike. So this e-bike comes standard, and complimentary they give these fenders, but you probably noticed in the riding scenes the fenders kind of bounced a little bit. I probably will remove these fenders when I'm riding. I just don't like them. You can get more stable fenders if fenders is something that you want, but I just don't see the value in these kind of flimsy, plasticky fenders. But I mean, if that's the only thing I can complain about, that's literally the only thing I can complain about, because it's a very comfortable ride. It really absorbed all those bumps while I was out there riding. It had a very comfortable feel for it. It had a really large range for rider sizes. I'm about 6 feet tall. As you can see, this is a good height for me, but you could go up to 6 feet 6 inches tall or as low as 5 foot 5 inches because of the adjustable seat. As you can see, you could raise it up really, really high. Again, there's the fender. It's actually attached to the seat fork, which is pretty interesting. So, but yeah, you can adjust this up and down as you want, which I think is really, really nice. Now, the front is not adjustable. So if you are a super like very tall rider and you have this all the way up where you'd want it to be, which is probably right about here for if you're 6'3" or 6'4", you're going to be bent over a little bit onto this. You can't adjust the handlebars. That's fairly common with these full suspension e-bikes. But I did like the big bright display, so I wanted to mention that. So my final thoughts on this thing: very comfortable ride. You could ride it day or night, any terrain, because of these big old tires and big old headlights. So it's got a lot of range for you to enjoy. I quite enjoyed this e-bike and I give it a big thumbs up. If I was going to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give this a 7.9, which is a really, really good score for any e-bike, and especially one in this price range. You're getting a lot for your money, which I really, really love. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks again, everybody. Bye.